So I want to briefly, I don't have much time, only 5 minutes they said. Briefly, I should be giving the Christmas message. Here, there is a sentence, Jesus Christ, God's Son, Savior. I don't have space there, so I put down here. Jesus Christ, God's Son, Savior. That is the good news of Christmas. It's about Jesus. And He is the Christ. He is the anointed by God. And He is God's Son. And He is the Savior of the world. That is the great good news of Christmas. So, it so happened, Jesus was born in Bethlehem. That's what all our children sang on that 2000 years back in Bethlehem. And he came as little baby and born as little baby like us. Then he grew and he lived 33 years. Then he died and resurrected and went to heaven. After that, after 1 week, the church started, new church. Thousands of people joined the church and believed in Jesus Christ, and there was a big movement came. Then even devil works when something good is happening. Jewish people and the Romans, they all hated Christians. They wanted to finish this new church. They bent upon that. So there was so much suffering, so much persecution and killing of Christians. That is why they have to go in hiding sometimes. They cannot express themselves openly. But they communicated with the sign language, symbol. What is that symbol, Reno? What is that? Fish. Fish was their symbol, okay. And they communicated. Wherever there is a fish sign in a house, that means there is a Christian house. And when they showed fish, there is a special sign they have. Why fish? They showed fish. Because Jesus' disciples were fishermen. Of course they were, most of them. Or Jesus fed 5,000 people with fish and loaves of bread. Yes, He did. But still, there is something special in fish. Okay, this fish communicated this message. This fish communicated this message. Jesus Christ, God's Son, Savior. It's an acronym. How acronym? J, C, C, G, yes, yes, no. That's not the acronym. But there is another language here. What is that language? Greek. Yeah, someone knows that. So the Greek language says Jesus, Christos, Theou, Hios, Soter. The same translation, Yesu, Jesus Christ, God's Son, Savior. So if you join the first letters of this Greek language, then you will have this one. ΙΧΘΥΣ. This is Greek word, the acronym of Greek sentence, and if you make it one word, that reads like ΙΧΘΥΣ. ΙΧΘΥΣ. ΙΧΘΥΣ is fish in Greek. That is why they used fish to say Jesus Christ, God's Son and Savior. When they showed fish, they were giving this message. That is why you see bumper sticker with ictus and fish. When you see bumper sticker, they are telling Jesus Christ, God's Son and Savior. That is the message. That is the message of fish. So then, what else I have? Then you have seen some places people say Happy Xmas instead of Happy Christmas. Why do they do that? Because of the X. X they have taken from here. Christus. X is for Christus. Jesus Christus. So it's Christ. They are saying Christ. It is Christ. So Happy Christmas. You can write that. Some people are not happy with that, but still you can write that. It says in Greek that is for Christ. So story continues. The last thing I said, the new church, baby church, started after Jesus. They went through lot of difficult time, suffering and killing. That went on and on for not for 1 year, 10 years, for 300 years. The persecution, church had to suffer and suffer and suffer. Jews hated them and Romans hated them. But then history has changed. After 300 years, there came an emperor by name Constantine. Great emperor. He ruled vast area in that region. And he became Christian. He heard the gospel and he became Christian. And he supported the church. He became big patron for the church and made church as official religion. And he promoted church, promoted Christian faith. And he himself personally followed Jesus Christ. And he made Christ as his symbol. Christ as his symbol. The first two letters, chi and rho in Greek, chi and rho. He joined this one and made a flag. And when he had to go for expedition, for war against enemies, he put Christ on his flag. Christ and his flag, and that flag went ahead of the military and they had success. Can you imagine the flag going like that? So you can look at that. Come on, flag is coming now. Whenever they have taken this flag, they had victory. They won the war. When Christ was lifted up, and they won the war. And they were victorious. Every time they trusted Jesus Christ and went to the war with the flag raised high on the sky. That was his power. That was the symbol. If you Google Constantine symbol, that you can see that in the Google. That was his flag. You know what? Thank you. You know what? One last thing. You don't have to lift that flag, but lift Christ in your life, always in your heart. Put him in the greatest place. That's what Constantine did, his people did, the Christians, first Christians did, the first church did. In the midst of suffering, they lifted Christ. That gave him success. Their life became very successful, and church grew with that. We get this message from the past, from the Christmas, from the message we have seen XMAS, and from the flag, that we have to lift Jesus Christ high above everything, then he will give us success. May God bless you. Merry Christmas.